Good morning, students. You are welcome in the second video of our chapter Chemical Thermodynamics. In the first video of Chemical Thermodynamics, we have seen the introduction of thermodynamics. We have studied the part which we have to complete in thermodynamics, and then we have completed the basic terms, system and surrounding, and then we have completed one type of the system, that is open system. First type of system we have completed, that is a open system. What is open system? We have studied open system is a system where there is free exchange of both energy as well as matter take place in between the system and surrounding is known as open system. We have seen the example of water taken in a beaker. Whenever heating of water take place, means there is absorption of energy take place, and water molecules which are converted into gaseous state are escaped out from the system, means matter is given out. So there is exchange of both energy as well as matter take place between system and surrounding is known as open system. That is what open system we have studied in the first video. Now see the second type of system. Again consider this similar type of beaker. Let this is a beaker, same as that of the open system. It is containing the water. Beaker containing a liquid water is taken and it is heated using the spirit lamp or heating metal spirit lamp. The system is heated. So due to heating, we know what happens. Kinetic energy of the molecule goes on increasing. Whenever kinetic energy becomes greater than the internal energy, we know that molecules of the surface layer are converted into gaseous state. They are separated from the second layer molecule and converted into gaseous state. So they will escape out. But here, this beaker is closed at the top. The beaker is closed at the top. Only this is the difference. In open system, beaker is not closed at the top. Beaker is open. Therefore, what happened there we have studied in the first video. Heat is absorbed and water molecule will escape out, go out from the system to the surrounding. But here, this beaker is closed at the top. It is not open. It is closed at the top. Heating takes place. Heat is absorbed. And these molecules over here which are present, their kinetic energy goes on increasing. Kinetic energy increases. Whenever kinetic energy becomes greater than the internal energy, molecules of the top layer, molecules of the surface layer are converted into gaseous state. But can now they will escape out from the system? Can they will go out from system to the surrounding? No. They cannot leave the system. They cannot leave the system. They will remain over here only because system is closed at the top. So this is a different system than the open one. In open system, heat is absorbed and matter is given out. But in this system, only heat is absorbed from surrounding to system, but matter is not given to the surrounding. So this type of system is known as a closed system. closed system. Closed system is the system which will exchange only energy with the surrounding but not a matter. The system which will exchange only energy but not matter with the surrounding is known as a closed system. This is a second type of system, closed one. Now there is one more type of system, third type of system. Again let us consider a similar type of beaker. Like this is a beaker again containing the same type of water. This is closed at the top. There is a water closed at the top. Water taken in a beaker. Beaker is closed at the top. And now this beaker, which forms the chemical system, is covered from all sides by thermal insulator. The beaker which is containing a water which is closed at the top, now it is covered from all sides by thermal insulator. So suppose this is the thermal insulator. So this system is closed from all sides. This is the thermal insulator, and using a thermal insulator the system is covered from all sides. Now if this system is subjected for heating, this is the heating mantle or spirit lamp. It may be a heating mantle or spirit lamp we are using for heating. Now is it possible to transfer the heat from surrounding to the system? No, it is not possible to transfer the heat from surrounding to the system, because in between system and surrounding there is thermal insulator. This thermal insulator will not allow the transfer of heat from surrounding to the system. That thermal insulator is nothing but a border. It is the border. It is a border. Thermal insulator forms a border where it will not allow the transfer of heat from surrounding to the system. No transfer of heat take place due to this imaginary line. This is a real line. The real or imaginary line which will separate the system from surrounding is known as a border. Thermal insulator here is a real line which will separate the system from surrounding, and due to thermal insulator the transfer of heat from surrounding to the system is not possible. Transfer of heat is not allowed due to the thermal insulator. And as heating is not possible, can exchange of energy take place between system and surrounding? No. Energy is not exchanged between system and surrounding. As energy is not exchanged, can these water molecules are converted from liquid state to the gaseous state? No. The conversion of liquid water to the gaseous water is not possible. Therefore, there is no exchange of energy as well as matter take place between the system and surrounding. This is a third type of system known as isolated system. It So three type of systems we have studied. First type of system is a system that is known as open system. That open system is the system which will exchange freely both energy as well as matter. Second type of system is the closed system, in which there is exchange of only energy take place, but matter cannot be exchanged, matter remain constant. And third type of system is known as isolated system. That is the system in which there is neither exchange of energy nor exchange of matter take place in between system and surrounding, is known as an isolated type of the system. Neither exchange of energy nor exchange of matter. We have studied all living animals, all living plants are nothing but which type of system? Open system. All living organisms are the open system. Now let us see domestic examples. Domestic examples of open system, closed system and isolated system. Suppose we have a hot coffee in cup. If we take hot coffee in a cup, and that cup is open from top. We have the hot coffee in a cup, and that cup is not closed, it is open at the top. So what happened there? There is release of heat. Release of heat energy take place from coffee to the surrounding. At the same time, because of heat is released, certain liquid molecules may be converted into vapor state. Matter is also exchanged. So this form is nothing but open system. It forms a open system. There is exchange of both energy as well as matter take place in between the system and surrounding, forming the open system. Second one, again take hot coffee in a cup, but now cup is closed from top. Cup is closed now from the top. So what happens? Coffee may become cold by dissipation of energy. By the loss of energy, dissipation of energy, coffee become cold. But is there transfer of matter from coffee to the surrounding, from cup to the surrounding? No. So that forms the closed system, because closed system is a system which will exchange only energy but not matter with the surrounding. That is known as closed system. And third case, again take the hot coffee in a cup and insulated cup. Thermal insulation is placed from all sides of the cup. So now what happened? No exchange of heat take place. No exchange of matter take place. Neither there is exchange of heat nor exchange of matter take place, and now that will form the isolated system. So whenever either hot tea or hot coffee taken in open cup, it forms open system. Secondly, whenever hot tea or hot coffee taken in a cup but closed at the top, it forms the closed system. And third case, whenever hot tea or hot coffee taken in thermos flask. Insulated cup or thermos flask. It forms third type of system known as isolated type of the system. So these are the three type of systems on the basis of free exchange of energy and matter in between system and surrounding. And we have studied that in open system there is exchange of both energy as well as matter take place in between system and surrounding. In the closed system, only energy can be exchanged, but matter remain constant. Matter cannot be exchanged. And in an isolated system, neither exchange of energy nor exchange of matter take place in between the system and surrounding. That is about the three types of systems. Now the next point is properties of a system. Next point is properties of system. Properties. There are two properties of system, namely extensive properties and second is intensive property. Extensive and intensive. So let us see what is meant by extensive properties. The properties which are depending on amount of matter, quantity of substance present in the system are known as extensive properties. The properties which are depending on quantity of matter, amount of substance. Quantity of matter means amount of substance present in the system are known as extensive properties. For example, mass. Let us consider mass. See, I have two pieces. I have two pieces of the chalk. This is a big piece of chalk and this is a small piece. Now can you tell me which one will have greater mass? Is it this one have greater mass or is it this one will have a greater mass? Naturally, what is your answer? This one. This has a greater mass as compared with this one. And this has a small mass as compared with this one. We will easily come to know because we know that here the amount of matter is greater and amount of matter is less. So mass depends on which factor? Mass depends on the amount of matter present in the system, quantity of substance present in the system. Therefore, mass is known as an extensive property. Now let us consider second one, volume. What about volume? Same case. Again consider similar type of two pieces of chalk. This is the piece of chalk containing more quantity of substance. This is the piece of chalk containing less quantity of substance. So which have greater volume? Which have greater volume? This one. This has a greater volume and this has less volume because this is containing less amount of substance and this is containing more amount of the substance. So volume depends on amount of matter present in the system. Therefore, volume is known as extensive property. The properties which are depending, which depends on amount of substance, amount of matter or amount of substance are known as extensive properties. Mass, volume, energy, then work. What is energy? Energy is capacity to do work. Energy is capacity to do work. Without energy, no work can be done. More mass means more energy. So any system which has more mass will perform the more work. So work also depends on which factor? Work depends on the energy. Energy depends on the mass. Therefore, work is also known as extensive property because it is depending on the amount of substance. Energy also depends on the amount of substance. Therefore, energy is also known as extensive property. All these properties which are depending on amount of substance present in the system are known as extensive properties. One more example is there, that is the heat capacity of a system. Heat capacity of a system is the amount of heat required to rise, to increase the temperature of whole system through 1 degree. The amount of heat absorbed by the system to increase the temperature of whole system through 1 degree is known as heat capacity. And that heat capacity depends on the amount of matter present in the system. Therefore, heat capacity is also known as extensive property. The properties which are depending on amount of substance present in the system are known as extensive properties. These are the extensive. Now, second type of properties are known as intensive properties. Intensive. Extensive depend on amount of substance, and intensive not depend. The properties which are independent of amount of substance present in the system are known as intensive properties. The properties which are not depending, which are independent of amount of matter present in the system are known as intensive properties. See, for example, boiling point. Boiling point. Boiling point of water is equal to 100 degrees Celsius. Boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. Whether we will take 1 liter water, 1 milliliter water, or 10 liter water, at what temperature water will boil? Exactly at 100 degrees Celsius. So can that boiling point depends on the amount of matter, amount of water? No. Whatever may be the quantity of water, always water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Whether we have 1 milliliter, we have 1 liter, we have 10 liter, we have 100 liter, whatever may be the quantity of water, always water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Constant boiling point. Constant. Therefore, boiling point is independent of amount of substance present in the system. Boiling point is not depending on the amount of matter present in the system. Therefore, boiling point is known as intensive property. It is the intensive property. See the case of density. Density of water, it is 1 gram per centimeter cube. Constant. At constant temperature, density is always constant. 1 gram per centimeter cube we are considering. Whether we have 10 liter water, 100 liter water, whatever may be the quantity of water, always density is constant. So boiling point, melting point, density, refractive index, specific refractivity, they are independent of amount of matter present in the system. Concentration of solution, molarity is always constant. Whether we are taking 1 liter solution or 10 liter solution, 100 liter solution, molarity will have no change. Molarity is not changing on that amount of solution. Molarity is nothing but number of moles of solute present per liter of the solution. That is always constant. So those terms which are independent of amount of matter, quantity of substance present in the system are known as intensive properties. These are the two properties of system. Extensive properties are the properties which are depending on amount of substance present in the system, and intensive properties are the properties which are independent of amount of matter present in the system. There is one relation between extensive property and intensive property. We know mass is extensive property. Volume, this is also extensive property. But if we take the ratio of two extensive properties, mass is extensive, volume is also extensive, but if we take ratio of two extensive properties, that become intensive property. Density is the intensive property. Therefore it is observed that the ratio of two extensive property is nothing but intensive property. Thus extensive properties are the properties which are depending on amount of matter present in the system, and intensive properties are the properties which are independent of amount of substance, quantity of matter present in the system. So what are the points we have covered up to this level? We have studied in this second video of thermodynamics, we have studied closed system, then isolated system, domestic examples of those systems, and then properties of system. So what is closed system? Closed system is a system in which there is free exchange of only energy take place between system and surrounding, but matter cannot be exchanged. Matter remain constant. What is isolated system? Isolated system is the system in which there is neither exchange of energy nor exchange of matter take place in between system and surrounding. Then we have studied the domestic examples. There we have studied that whenever hot tea or hot coffee taken in open cup, there is dissipation of energy take place, heat loss take place, and certain molecules of tea, coffee get also converted into the gaseous state. Exchange of energy as well as exchange of matter take place. So that is forming the open system. Whenever hot tea or hot coffee taken in open cup, that forms the open system. On the other hand, secondly, if hot tea or hot coffee is taken in a cup, but that is closed at the top, dissipation of energy takes place, but matter is not given out, that forms the second type of system, closed system. And if hot tea or hot coffee is taken in thermos flask, where there is the thermal insulator, that forms isolated system where there is neither exchange of energy nor exchange of matter take place. Then two properties of system we have studied. Extensive properties like mass, volume, energy, work, heat capacity. They are depending on amount of matter present in the system are known as extensive properties. And the properties like boiling point, melting point, density, refractivity, molarity, pH, pOH of the solution, they are known as intensive properties because they are independent of amount of matter present in the system. One relation we have studied, whenever ratio of two extensive properties is taken, mass and volume are extensive properties, but the ratio of two extensive property is density, that is the intensive property. Ratio of two extensive properties is nothing but the intensive property. Now, what is meant by state function or thermodynamic function, and what is the state of system, that we will study in the next video. Thank you.